Welcome to Black and Gold Today, brought to you by Ray Brandt Infinity. I'm Rachel Whittaker. The Vikings come to town in just 3 days, and you can bet the Saints will be fired up to be home in the Dome. Now with me today is Saints beat writer Evan Woodbery. Well, Evan, the Adrian Peterson storylines are of course compelling, but there are other parts of Sunday's matchup to discuss, like what other weapons the Saints defense will have to face. They'll be under a lot of pressure, of course, without Peterson.
Yeah, I think the good news for the Vikings is that they have some experience being without Peterson. They went the entire preseason without him this year. They obviously were without him in week 2. The next guy in line at running back is Matt Asiata, who is a guy that came in and played really well at the end of last season, even though he didn't play especially well in week 2 or didn't have many yards in week 2. And then obviously they've got some really dynamic weapons at the receiver position, starting with Cordero Patterson, who I covered when he was at Tennessee and is one of the most explosive players in the NFL. And they've got a veteran quarterback in Matt Castle who gets the ball to them. So the Vikings are not without weapons, but obviously when you lose perhaps one of the best running backs in NFL history, there's going to be a drop-off. There's no doubt about it.
And Sean Payton actually talked about Patterson, who rushed for a 67-yard touchdown in week 1.
He's as explosive a player with the ball in his hands as there is in this league. He's obviously a receiver. They do a great job of getting him in position to touch balls, not just via the passing game, but in the running game. But he can run. The other thing is he's extremely physical. So he's a player that you have to get numbers to because he's hard to take down. He's rangy. And I would say the other thing is you can see on tape that he loves to compete and play.
Yeah, he kind of reminds me almost of Percy Harvin, that he's also a threat in the return game. Do you agree, Evan?
Absolutely. He's someone that once you get to the ball to him, he's an incredible threat. Obviously, he's a home run threat, but he's also a threat in the short passing game because if he can find an opening, he's liable to go all the way for a touchdown. He's just a really dynamic player.
And on Friday, we're going to hear from Drew Brees on the Vikings defense. Well, Evan, thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Up next, your Fantasy Minute.
Affordable luxury is here at the Ray Brandt Infinity Pre-Owned Center. Over 100 of the world's finest luxury cars and trucks are on sale. Infiniti, Acura, BMW, Mercedes-Benz, Lexus, Porsche, Land Rover, Jaguar, and more, all within reach. And special low luxury financing rates makes it easy to buy. Affordable luxury is here at Ray Brandt Infinity of Metairie Pre-Owned Center, 3700 North Causeway Boulevard, Metairie.
Welcome back. It's time to welcome in now our fantasy football columnist, Jim Derry. Well, Jim, let's jump right in. Who's the Saint you're watching this week?
Well, obviously with Mark Ingram out, they're going to have to spread the ball around a little bit more. I don't expect them to run any less, so let's go with Kyrie Robinson. Kyrie, you can expect him to get about 12 to 14 carries, maybe even as many as 15 or 16. They will spread the ball around, and look for Tavares Cadet maybe to get a couple carries more than he would normally. But Kyrie Robinson is my pick this week.
Yeah, he is their second leading rusher. Of course, missing Mark Ingram, definitely something the Saints are going to have to get used to. But,
right.
Well, that's a good pick. Now, sticking with the run game for your pickup of the week, somebody I was able to snag in light of Jamal Charles' injury, but who you got in Kansas City? Who's that guy?
We're going to go with Nile Davis. Obviously, with Jamal Charles out, they're going to lean on Nile Davis. He had 80 yards and 2 touchdowns last week. There's no reason to think that he won't have similar numbers. 2 touchdowns a little bit hard, but getting in the end zone at least once, maybe 70 to 90 yards. No reason to think why Nile Davis can't be a great pickup this week.
Jim, thanks a lot, and don't forget, everybody, to set your lineups this week.
Thank you, Rachel. See you next week.
All right, and thank you for watching Black and Gold Today. See you again tomorrow.